Amendment. How does the Second Amendment prevent gun violence?
You're the one that believes that
You need
the
to
insurrection
step out of the
was
way,
a tourist.
You're blocking a member of Congress.
Excuse me, ma'am.
You're blocking a member of Congress. You need to
Talking
stay
to
away.
members of Congress.
You can't block members of Congress.
We are talking.
You literally cannot do that. That's against
Some of my
the
privileges were literally unpaid.
I have a question. I was in Boulder during the Colorado shooting.
So that was Marjorie Greene, and yes, you appear to have seen what you appeared to have seen, which is Marjorie Greene kicking the back of the legs of Marianna Pecora, Deputy Comms Director of Voters Tomorrow. We kept the video going so you could see, they did a close-up at the end of her self-satisfied look. She was so happy with herself following the kicking the kid. The interesting thing about this video isn't just the kick, which we're going to get into. It's that she shared it. Yes, Marjorie Taylor Greene herself posted this video on Twitter. She was very happy with it. And she accompanied the video of her kicking a child with, "These foolish cowards want the government to take away guns and the rights of parents to defend their children in schools." They're activists who don't want more of the people in school, like their age, to be murdered in mass shootings. And so because of that, because they went all the way to DC to appeal to our government, she labels them foolish cowards. She has, of course, gone to DC in the past to follow around a young gun activist and hound them. She doesn't believe that any of these shootings are real. She's a conspiracy theorist, but these kids are cowards. Now, before we jump into our commentary, though, that first video, it's a little bit hard to see. So we decided we're going to see a side of this thing. We're going to zoom in. We're going to enhance. We're going to slow it down. Let's jump into the second video. Can you see that there? Yeah, when you're following behind someone, you could accidentally hit their leg with your leg, but she was staring down for multiple seconds before she hit the girl. And if that's not clear enough, this morning, a new angle came out. Let's go to this third video. Now, that video is important so that you can see Marjorie Greene was not hemmed in from behind by people and had to hit this person. There was tons of room. She was walking to keep up with the activist before she contacted her. David, this is obviously ridiculous, so apologies, but what do you make of this?
Well, a couple of things. First of all, I'm glad you pointed out that Marjorie Taylor Greene was sort of chasing David Hogg, whatever it was, a year ago from the Parkland's activist, and was mad that he wouldn't stop and talk to her. And there she is, and she's not willing to stop and talk to people herself when she's being asked questions. So she's a bit of a hypocrite. But secondly, I had an experience with Marjorie Taylor Greene and her entourage down at CPAC a couple of months ago. And the guy who's sort of bald with the beard, who I think is his chief of staff, when I tried to go up with the microphone, he sort of pretended that I had hit him and he fell back. As if he wanted to sort of do some sort of assault case against me. And it was nonsense. And we had video proving that, of course, he was just taking a fall and I had no contact with him. But it's so interesting that here's Marjorie Taylor Greene actually kicking somebody, which is assault. And again, she's doing it from a team that is so sensitive to people who might get, close to them and rub their elbows or whatnot. And so I just hope that this liberal activist, I hope she goes to the DC police or the Capitol Police and says, okay, I'm going to file an assault charge. I'm turn over all the videos here. You take a look, go interview Marjorie Taylor Greene, and let's see what the law says about this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, look, everybody can have a different opinion of this. For me, to me, I'm not a lawyer. It might literally be assault. I don't think that she should be locked up for the kick or whatever. The activist seems okay. That's going to be up to her whether she wants to press charges or whatever. For me, it's less about that, and it's more about this is who this woman is.
Yes,
like she is. You cannot stress enough how just garbage of a person she is, how terrible of a person she is. She is just the worst of us, in a way that she cannot get past her awful predispositions for even moments. All she had to do was keep walking, and she decided, no, I want to kick this kid. I hate this kid. I hate that this kid is trying to stop, guns from being so free flowing, that we have constant mass shootings. I'm going to kick her. I'm a congresswoman. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to kick a kid. That's who she is. And I'm sick of our government being filled up with absolute pieces of garbage like this.
Absolutely right. I mean, she's garbage. She's a moron, and I think it's underscored by the fact that if Marjorie Taylor Greene was really confident in her position, you would stop and say, look, we're going to have this argument for 25 or 30 seconds, and I'm going to win, and here's why. Here's my point. Here's your point. Here's why your point is wrong. Now I have to go. I've given you a few seconds. But the fact that she's not even willing to stop and try to sort of engage in any sort of debate, and is so frightened that she has to sort of walk along and have her security guard and her chief of staff on either side, goes to show this is somebody who's entitled, she's arrogant, and she is that piece of garbage that you mentioned.